What was it in your mind that made you go, "I've gotta do this. I've got to pursue this dream"?
I saw a video of Tommy Rich, and it was kind of like a camera following him around for the day, and he was driving this black Trans Am, with the tops out, and he was going to the show here, and the fans were falling all over him, and I said, God, what a great way to make a be able to just travel around and do this, and as I got older, I got to be a teenager. I was already, 6'1", 6'2", and I started springing up. And I said, well, hell, this might be something I can do because the guys I was watching, a lot of the guys, I was a huge Von Erich fan. I was a huge Freebird fan. Of course, Terry Gordy. Terry was, just a big raw bone country boy. David Von Erich, he was 6'7", 6'8", same deal. I mean, I looked at them and I said, man, they kind of look like I do. I bet maybe I could do this. And I just set my mind to it. That's what I was going to do. And I just, I wasn't going to take no for an answer. Uh, yeah, I know, they broke Hogan's leg, when he tried to, thank God, nobody did that to me. I was, no matter, I remember the first day I went and trained and I got out of the ring and my head was, just pounding. I couldn't believe how bad it was hurting.
I bet,
And I
yeah.
sat down in a chair and, it dawned on me. I said, oh my God, this is really tough. And I said, well, I don't care if I got to take a bottle of aspirin every day. I'm doing this. And I just kept going from there.
Yeah, it seems like the training to be a pro wrestler is very intense. It requires a lot of discipline and focus, and just you have to be in like the right frame of mind to get into shape when you're trying to become a professional wrestler. It's very different from like your typical workouts.
Yes. Yeah. Because nothing you do is natural. It's nothing natural about falling down on your back. There's nothing natural about any of the stuff you do. So you have to almost retrain your mind. But back when I broke in, the mentality still was, we're going to, beat the crap out of them, run them till they puke, to see who really wants it, and that's who we're going to let in. You know,
Kind
uh,
of testing you a little
but
bit.
right, yeah. Uh, and that's just the way it was. That was the way things were done back then. The guy that trained me, James Hammond, uh, he didn't take it easy on me. Now he didn't brutalize me either, but he he showed me right off the bat. I remember the first time I talked to him, and he said, "Well, he said, you know, he said you probably ain't gonna make no money, and you probably gonna get hurt." And looking back on it, the reason he told me that was, so I had realistic expectations coming in because for a lot of guys that's exactly what happened. You never make very much money at it, and you always wind up beating your body up. But in the next breath, he said, but then you have there's always people that do make it. So, but yeah, that's kind of how I started out.